Theater is really busy this fall. What is happening over there? I see cars and people going in and out all the time.
Well, we have 3 shows that are coming up. Rocky Horror is back again for the Shadowcast.
Of course,
And
it's Halloween time. Gotta have Rocky Horror.
So gotta go to that. Wait Until Dark is next weekend. But the show I'm here to talk about, because I'm in it, it's actually 4 shows in one. 3 of them are 10-minute comedies. The other one's a real life 3 women talking about, it's an abusive type relationship, and it's very sobering. But the name of it is A Night of Addiction and Murder.
Night of Addiction and Murder. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So it's 4 different shows in one?
Yes. We'll be doing 2 comedies, and then the 3 ladies, and then another we'll end on a happy note. And it's a fundraiser for Gaslight. It's $10. If
only
you want,
$10?
Yes.
Seriously, it's only $10 to come? That's great.
If you want it, RS or the VIP, it's $15. You get a table for 2. And the reserves, you don't have to worry about the seating. So make sure you get your ticket soon.
Okay.
They're going fast.
So you said you're in it.
Yes.
Tell me about your character and what you were doing in it.
Well, I'm a detective named Dick Pearson. And
well, that sounds like a detective name, doesn't it?
Dick Piston. Oh, sorry, Piston. Did I say
Dick Piston. Oh, okay.
But I work at the third-rate hotel, and a lady comes down in a towel, and I have to solve her murder. Or I don't, Dick does, in 14 minutes, but it comes down to 8. It's just a lot of comedy. And
she comes to you in a towel.
Yes, but
and
it's not distracting at all.
Not distracting at all, no. And what does she say when she comes to you in this towel?
She reports that she's a victim of murder, which throws me off or him off for a loop. And
she's a victim of murder? How can she be the victim?
Well, I don't want to give everything away.
Oh, okay. We got it.
That's the premise, and then the bellhop. There's 3 of us. Ashley, Mitch, and I. So it's fun.
Are you the fumbling detective? Or
pretty much. I'm
really. Are you the good guy?
If there is a
good guy,
I try.
you try.
I don't know much of what's going on in life, but I try. Dang it.
So is the fundraiser for anything specific for Gaslight?
No, just for Gaslight to put into. A major campaign's coming up for a capital campagn, so we're going to put it towards that.
So there's some renovations needed at the Gaslight
Yes.
Theater? And what items would that be? Would like the lighting board or the sound board?
They're looking at seats and some other things, but I'm not really supposed to say much because they're having an open, so don't get me to be a canary.
Oh, well, we don't want you to be a canary.
No parrot or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
But we know the Gaslight Theater does so many good things for the community. So if it's a fundraiser, that's a good event. And so 4 shows for $10 is what you're telling me.
Yes. One of them's the Beer Girl.
The Beer Girl?
The Beer Girl.
That's a great name for
a guy that has a little drinking problem creates a girlfriend made out of beer cans and all.
And a girlfriend made out of beer cans? I'm sorry, but that just sounds like a fraternity stunt, okay? That's what that sounds like to me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's very good. Obviously, they all are. The one I'm in is Murder by Midnight. Okay. And then there's an intermission, and Gaslight now has a bar, so you can come and get ready for the others.
Oh, Gaslight's got a bar going at intermission. So,
yes.
So what you're telling me is this is like a 21 and over event, or
no, anyone can go, but it's just available for the bar.
Well, would you suggest an older crowd because of the topic matter?
Yes.
So probably don't bring kids.
Young children, not.
No, maybe.
It's just the subject matter, especially with the 3 women talking about abuse and all. And
would you say maybe just for the viewers? Would you say maybe a 15 or over? Or
I think that would be up to the parents because I'm not.
At least maybe 13. Is this like
probably over that? But
like R, maybe PG-13.
Yes, R probably. Yeah.
Well, I think parents really enjoy knowing that ahead of time.
Right.
Because they want to support the Gaslight, but they want to support appropriately.
Right. We don't want to.
Yes.
There's nothing terrible. It's just
and
then the 3 women, and then the last one is addiction. Emily is the actress's name, but she has a problem with food and candy, and 2 of the candies come to life. Is all I'm going to say. And
well, don't we all? I mean, me and Snickers, we have this special relationship.
Exactly. It's comfort food for.
It's comfort. Yes.
Chocolate is good.
Chocolate is always good, and there is a difference in chocolate too.
Yes, there is.
So the candy comes to life. That
And,
sounds like a really bad dream.
or a good dream. Yeah, well, probably bad. But the thing is, since it's 3 30-minute and one, I think it's 30 minutes. Well, 3 10 minutes is 30 minutes, and then obviously the other one's a little longer. So you can be in and out of there. It starts at 7. You'll be out by 8:30 or 9. There's no football area teams. After the Sooners beat the Longhorns on Saturday morning, can come and celebrate at Gaslight. And on Friday, please come. It's my last show at Gaslight. So
Your last show at Gaslight, well, that's another reason to come.
yes, if you've seen me before, you can come boo me off the stage or boo me out or laugh and say farewell. But it's a bittersweet moment for me. But
Well, and how does it feel being in your last show for Gaslight?
I'm trying not to think about it.
Oh,
It's bitter. I mean, it's time.
it's time.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's meant a lot to me. I've only been doing it 5 years, but everybody's welcomed me and been. It's a family. It really is. So if you
5
can-
years is a long time to do community theater because that's a lot. You put in many, many hours.
But it's all new to me. I'd never done theater, and they welcome me in.
Really? What did you get out of this since you've never done theater before? And what would you recommend to someone
There's a-
thinking about doing it that's never done theater before?
It's a whole. It really is a family. They're welcoming. You meet people you never meet, and you get to play people you never would have thought you'd be able to. It's very cathartic. As a counselor, what do you do to relieve stress? It's the perfect. You can go. You can be somebody else. Have fun for a little while and forget your day. And
Do
then,
you think you learned any skills that you could use elsewhere?
yes, right here. I never would have done this. Before.
I love
It
it.
makes me more outgoing and
There you go. There you
just
go.
adaptable, I think.
There you go. I heard once that there are people that fear speaking in front of crowds more than they fear death.
I've-
And so there you go. You've overcome that.
Exactly.
So-
And I always tell those people, well, you know what? If they don't like the job you do, then they can do it next time. So since nobody wants to be there, they're not really going to be a critic. So
Well, that's community theater. It's open for everyone. You can try learning a new skill. You
exactly.
can try being somebody different than you get to be during the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the most fun role you've done
Oh
while you've been
my,
at Gaslight?
that's.
In 5 years.
I loved being Freddie in Noises Off. And Christopher Wren in The Mousetrap is probably one of my, because he's a totally different, he's a younger character, but he was a little more feminine than I am, I guess.
Oh.
That I wanted. And then we just did
Okay.
One Man, Two Governors, and
Yeah.
being Harry Dangle was, he's a very intellectual, dirty politician. So those were all, everything I've done was, the hardest was probably in Journey's End because as a military, it hit really close to home. And
That would.
that was hard.
Would. So the more closer the character is to you, sometimes the more difficult it is to play that character.
Well, especially since it's a lot of death and brought back memories of what I've been through and the people I
So
lost.
if you could be any character in any play, what would you do?
That's a good. Actually, this is going to sound crazy, but I loved Wicked. That's really what got me into theater, and I want to be the wizard from Wicked. And being from Kansas, it's perfect because he's from Kansas originally.
Yes, I love that show. My daughter and I love that show. It's amazing. It's a life-changing show.
It is.
It's truly. And a lot of guys really love Wicked. It's a very powerful show. Very
reaches
powerful. You'd make a great wizard.
Oh, thank you.
You would, really. Now, he's not a nice guy
No,
in
but
Wicked, but,
that's the people. Hopefully, I am, and that's the opposite of me. But, but seriously, Gaslight changes a lot of people. I was not familiar with theater and all that, but there's a lot. I was a sports person who didn't know much about it, but it touches people that sports doesn't. There's no reason you should pick one or the other. You can do both. And if
Well,
nothing
we have
else-
two sides of the brain, right?
Exactly.
We got to work them both. And that expands our knowledge and our experience and how we, empathy
Exactly.
and how we learn. And then the whole memorizing skills to be
That's-
able to memorize all that. Oh my gosh, think of all the text, the volumes you have memorized in learning all your roles.
That's true.
That's
It does keep you sharp.
Well, there you go. There you go. Keeps the mind going. So, is there a phone number to call and get tickets?
I don't know it offhand, but gaslighttheater.org, and you can go and order them online. For our show, you have to call the box office,
Okay.
but that'll give you
Okay.
the phone number and everything for ordering.
Yes. And it's theatre.org.
Yes.
Yes. I know
And make sure you do
tickets.
Enid, because some people, There's a Gaslight in Tucson apparently, and people in Tucson end up
But we're
buying
not-
tickets to Enid's.
We're not interested in promoting Tucson, so forget that.
No, but if they
we're
want
all
to buy
about
our
Gaslight Theater.
if they want to
Enid.
buy tickets for us, that's okay. We'll take their money.
Yes, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Well, it sounds like a great evening.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
$10, $15 for the VIP treatment.
Yes.
And tell me what that gets you again?
A table for two, front and center.
Wow.
So-
How are they putting tables up in there?
Well, there's like rows. I'm not sure how many, 5 or 6 rows, and then have platforms with a couple of seats on those.
Okay, so
but-
this is not happening in the Gaslight Theater.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's in the Turpin.
Oh,
which
thank
is the little black
you.
box and-
Yes, yes, I love the Turpin. It's a very
It's the
flexible
first time I've
space.
ever done it, so it's like you're right on top of the ice.
You are, you are. They will watch you breathe. They
That's
will watch
right.
your pupils dilate. They will.
Well, thanks. I
really-
wasn't nervous until
Well,
now. Kind of like this.
Oh, you can do it. You'll be fine.
It'll be fun.
You'll be fine.
But please come out and support Gaslight.
Yeah, but $10 for 4 shows.
And everybody,
That's-
it's amazing the talent in Enid. If you haven't
Well,
been to it,
it
it's
is.
just,
It is. And anytime you've got 4 different shows, they move fast.
Right.
There's not time to get bored.
Right.
You're moving from one show to the next to the next. It just keeps you engaged.
And they'll keep you laughing too, so hopefully you won't.
Oh yeah, well, keeping laughing's good.
We like that.
That's what
it's
we
the
want.
best medicine.
Yeah, it is. It is. And sometimes we want them to think a little bit. We like them to think and
Not a whole lot, right.
experience. But laughing is very good, and supporting the Gaslight is excellent because it helps all ages.
Right.
And it offers so many wonderful things for people to do in the evening. And so when somebody says there's nothing to do, well, that doesn't make me happy anyway,
Right.
because it's not true. But we know there's always something going on
Oh,
with
yeah.
Gaslight.
And you
guys
don't
are-
have to be an actor or a director. They need people to work technical, the sound and
That's right.
the video, or not the video, but the sound and
And the lights.
lighting.
Yes.
And then you need backstage crew, people to help build the sets. So there's a lot to do. If you've ever thought about, just give it a try. Everybody's very welcoming, as I
Yeah,
said.
you don't have to be out in front of people to help.
Right.
There's a lot of help that needs to be done backstage.
And everybody's appreciative.
Well, it takes a lot of people to put a show on, for sure. It does. Because, the one person may be out on stage, and I always try to teach my daughter this. You may be the one out on stage, but there's 15 people behind stage making sure everything goes well.
That's exactly.
And it's kind of like with us. Enid's on stage, and everybody else, like the Gaslight, is helping Enid look good
That's true.
through everything. Yes. Anything else you want to tell people about the show?
Come out, have fun. It really is. There's nothing wrong with having fun. It's okay.
Yes.
And thank you for having us and giving us the opportunity to talk about our show in the theater.
Yes, well, Gaslight's one of the most active community theaters in the state, and it's one of the oldest community theaters
Yes.
in the state. And so it's in a great location. You can walk to dinner, drinks, and go over and have a show, and then go out afterwards.
Exactly.
So it's a good location. It's a good location. It's a good crowd, and you guys put so much work into your shows.
It is. I never knew. Driving from Edmond to here, I work on my lines. I obviously don't read them.
No, but you're always practicing, aren't you?
Exactly.
Always practicing. I mean, that's a good skill. It forces you to concentrate,
Exactly.
because from here to Edmond could be kind of boring.
Right.
All right, so Gaslight Theater, and what's the date again?
This Friday and Saturday,
This Friday and Saturday.
the 11th
All right,
and 12th.
the 11th and 12th. So
I think
like you
that's right,
said,
isn't
after Texas loses on Saturday,
That's right.
we'll go Saturday night and enjoy the show.
Exactly.
All right,
We'll
okay.
celebrate together.
Yes, we will.
Boomer sooner.
with a night of addiction and murder.
That's right.
After we've had a day of Bevo burgers,
That's
right?
right.
We're gonna go have a night of addiction and murder. I love
All right.
it. Well, thank you so
Well, thank
much.
you.
This has been fun.
Thank you.